Hello. Let you introduce yourself to me and my chef, Mike O'Connor. My name is Senior Blanco, as you already know this. Today we're going to be cooking something wholly delicious. I like to call it Fooduals. Mike, why don't you tell the audience about these delightful tasting Fooduals?
Well, your Fooduals, or what I like to call a quick ragu, is actually going to be a marinated Italian sausage, actually a pork base this time, and we're going to be using that in a pretty nice marinara base. We're also going to be making some homemade pappardelle pasta. It's from the mid-region of Italy, and its name actually derives from its shape and the sound it makes flopping in the water.
Ooh.
Sound good?
It puts a smile right on my face.
I'm glad to hear that, Senor Blanco. So, are you ready to begin?
Let us do this. It sounds so wonderful.
All right, great. We're going to start off infusing an olive oil. You always want to start off with a good olive oil. We're using extra virgin olive oil, and this is actually an Italian varietal. There are many good olive oils on the market, Greek, Italian, Spanish. This is actually going to have a nice golden color. We're going to be actually marinating about 2 cups of oil for the total recipe we're going to be preparing today. Using a very nice heavy pan, so we're not going to have issues with scorching and heat spots. So many times we get people burning food because they're using the wrong pan.
I typically use one pan at home whenever I make my food.
That big black pan on your stove?
Delightful.
Yes. Looks like a good weapon. All right. To our oil, we're going to be adding a good handful of basil. We're going to reserve a small portion of this to finish our dish, but we're actually putting in about 1.5 cups of whole basil leaves right into our oil. And then we're going to be adding garlic. Now, we've got some very nice garlic here, very tight skins, very pearly white, really nice stuff. We've got our basil in the oil, and this is going to process out very nicely. All that's going to infuse the oil very well. We're going to put that on low heat, but first we need to process our garlic out. If you could hand me the cutting board, Senor Blanco.
Ooh, yes.
Now, garlic, like I said, it's a little golf ball.
Oh my dear.
You'll whack the hell out of it. They break into these little Fooduals, little jewels covered in paper. Unfortunately, we've got to peel all this paper off. But these little nuggets will give us a phenomenal flavor once we've actually got them processed. Want to give it a try, Senor Blanco?
Let me wash my hands first.
Okay. Well, while Senor Blanco's washing his hands, we're going to have to process about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic to get the desired effect we're going here. Some people like to chop their garlic. That's going to give you a much more intense flavor. Because when you actually chop the garlic, you're getting more and more of the chemicals exposed to air, which is really what gives you the flavor. Doing it this way, we're actually going to be slow roasting our garlic in the oil and basil infusion. So, doing it this way, you can see all the garlic that's going to be in the dish. And if you like garlic, you can go ahead and chew on a piece of it.
Can you eat this?
It actually can be eaten. Eating it raw, you will most likely choke.
I'll pass on that then.
There are several Middle Eastern cuisines that make a form of preserved garlic. They will actually soak garlic in the skin for up to 6 years in vinegar. When it's done, the whole thing is edible. It's very, very tart, but the garlic flavor is actually very mild.
I don't believe I did that correctly. It must have been broken. Let me try that again.
Well, I think we got a few out of that.
I did it very well.
I must agree. I don't think I've ever seen garlic fly quite that far. Do you like garlic, Senor Blanco?
I like it in my food. I don't like it much as decoration myself.
I don't think they typically use it as decoration, save in very bad Italian restaurants.
I see.
We've got a nice combination of really good olive oil, the basil, and this garlic. We're going to end up taking this, putting it on the stove, small stir, just to make sure everything's coated in the oil. We don't want to get this too high, very low flame, because we're really not cooking this. This is really going to be more of an oil tea. We're going to be infusing the herbs and the garlic and just getting a really nice flavor out of it so that when we actually incorporate it back into our sauce, it's going to be all ready and not overpowering.